Well, this is about the third time I went too long on a video. I have to do the whole damn thing over again. God, I hate that. Uh, so, here's what I said. Shit. Thanks for all the questions. I get a lot of them, and sometimes I can't answer them all, so I'm going to try to answer them now. I get a lot of questions on what I think silver is going to do, and I don't know what silver is going to do. I just act on what it's doing right now, and what it's doing right now is taking off. So the position I have in the SLV now is at a profit, and if it has a pullback, I'm going to add another mining stock to I have CDE, Coeur d'Alene Mines. I have Micron Technologies, MU. It's a very clean trading stock, and I have a profit in that. Also Harley-Davidson, HOG, very clean charts. When it pokes its head above the 20-day moving average, I buy, and when it pokes its head under the 20-day moving average, I sell. It's as simple as that. And on the weekly charts, if it points down above the 20-day moving average, I know to be long or bullish. And if it pokes its head below the 20-week moving average, I know to be selling short on the daily. So that's what I do with those. But they're both above the weekly, the 20-day weekly moving average, so I'm bullish. So it pokes its head above the 20-day moving average, I buy. It's simple as that. And I have a profit in both. So I have the SLV, I have the DXO, which is double long oil, and Harley, and so I'm waiting for a pullback in the metals, and when it pulls back, I'm going to add another mining. I'm not sure which one yet. I'm going to see how the performance is going. Maybe Silver Wheaton, SLW, HL, Hecla Mining is a good company. GSS is just exploding. I think I might have missed the boat on that one. AUY is a solid company, Yamana Gold. What else? There's lots of them. Goldfields. There's a lot of them out there. You got to just check on the performance. But you're going to get more performance with the miners than you are with the metal. And silver will outperform gold, and the metals, the miners will outperform silver. So you can diversify a little bit into that. Also, people are asking me when they should sell their metal. They have a certain number of ounces, and when should I sell it? Should I sell it at 30 or 20? And this and that and the other thing, and I'm thinking, well, $30 times 84 is not a whole lot of money, and you're going to get US dollars, which are depreciating. So what are you going to do with those dollars? You're going to buy a house with it? You can't. You're going to make one car payment. This is your opportunity to put all the money you possibly can into a metal and have it go to 100, 500, whatever. If it doesn't, then it doesn't, but at least you have a chance. So don't be so quick to sell. You're physical anyway. I trade online because I can be in and out in a second. A click of a mouse, I'm in and out of something. Doing that with your physical is just not practical to me, unless you're going to do it on a large scale and be a dealer or something like that. So anyway, I don't want to do that. So I have MU, Micron Technologies. I have Harley. I have SLV. I have DXO, and I think that's all I have. On a pullback in the metals, I'm going to add another miner, and after it moves back up around the $17 to $20 mark, somewhere in there, I will take some profit. I'm going to take a little bit of that profit on another pullback, and I'm going to buy a long-term, one or two long-term options, because when silver pokes above 22 bucks again, there won't be any overhead selling pressure this time. When silver went up to 20 bucks, a lot of people bought, and then it collapsed down to 9. And what those people do, they wait for it to get back up to 20 bucks, and they start selling it to break even. It's called overhead pressure. So you'll often see something move sideways after it comes back up to an old high. And you might see some sideways movement from there, but once it breaks above 22 with any authority, it's off to the races after that. So that'll be cool, and I can't wait for it to reach the $54 level again, or whatever it was in the late 80s, and go to an all-time high like gold. Why is gold at an all-time high in nominal terms, but not silver? It's just ridiculous. So buy silver. Doesn't matter what price you buy it at, just keep buying it. When you have money, buy it, period. If you wait, you want to time it out right. I've been studying for a long time, and I can't time this market to save my ass. So I go long, I wait for a profit, I wait for a pullback, I add to my position, and then I'll buy options. With that, I'll keep you posted. I don't mind risking my profit on options. I'm not going to risk my hard-earned money on the options. If you have a lot of money, I think 100,000, 200,000, you can do what's called bull put spreads and bear call spreads and stuff like that, and kind of essentially be short the options. What you're doing is selling time, and you're a seller of time, not a buyer of time. When you buy a stock or an option, you're buying time, and then that stock or option has time to perform or not. When you're selling time, the stock doesn't have to perform. Time just has to go by until the third Friday of the month. Because when you're a net seller, you always sell the shortest amount of time possible. So the third Friday in June, which is 3 weeks from now, if I sold and the stock went nowhere for 3 weeks, or even moved in my direction, I would realize a maximum profit. With the stock going nowhere, just time passing, you can add that element to your profit. But when I do that, I'll go into more detail when I actually do it, because that's kind of involved. So that's my strategy. I don't know what silver's going to do. I just know what it is doing, and I know in the long run it's going to go a lot higher. And if it doesn't, it doesn't. But at least you have a chance with silver. Where else you always have to be thinking. When you go to your job and sell your time. I know you've heard me say this before, but repetition is the mother of skill. So shut up. You go to work and you sell your time. See, we've all missed the point. We think that work until we're 65 is just the normal thing to do, and then try to retire on what we have saved. You go to work and you sell your time. You take that time in the form of cash, and now it's up to you to do with it. Of course, you have to spend some of it on rent or mortgage or food, and so your time is being allocated into what you need to live, of course. But when you can buy silver, something that goes up with inflation, your time will be gaining more time. Wealth is measured in time, not necessarily money. I know rich people that work 100 hours a week. They're not wealthy. They're rich, but they're not wealthy because they don't have any time to themselves. So the whole point, your whole goal should be to pay for the rest of your life. And if you can make $3 or $4 million in the silver market, you've bought enough time that you don't need to sell yours anymore, because you took your time and you multiplied it. That little bit of time and the little ounce of silver multiplied the time you spent. Now that hour you spent making that $20 coin has just turned into 6 and 7 hours. And if you can do that enough, you can pay for the rest of your life, and then you'll be wealthy. That's the key. So you got to ask yourself, where's my money? Obviously, buying food, extra food will probably gain purchasing power in the long run, sure. Silver definitely will. You put your money just in the stock market, I don't think it's going to outperform inflation, because everything you buy with that money is going up. But I do think the stock market will outperform real estate. So you got to ask yourself, what are you going to do with the money that you're investing once it grows? If you're going to be buying real estate, you got to look over at real estate and say, is real estate going up faster than what I'm invested in? Because if it is, then I'm buying less and less house in the long run. Are food prices going up faster than my silver? So I should be in food. Right now, food and the metals are about the same, so you don't have to worry about that too much. So you always be thinking, am I gaining purchasing power or not? And you should always be moving your money into what is gaining purchasing power. You've got to gain purchasing power. Gold preserves your purchasing power, but silver on the way up will actually help you gain purchasing power. And gold will too. Gold only maintains your purchasing power over long periods of time, but there are periods of overperformance and underperformance. In the long run, yes, it maintains your buying power, but you want to be in when it's gaining buying power and out when it's losing buying power. And silver is outperforming gold right now, and will outperform it for the foreseeable future. So always ask yourself, where is my time being invested? Am I gaining more time? Is it the stock market? Is it the bond market? Is it in food? Is it in silver? Where am I going to put my money? Should I sell my silver now? Well, you're going to sell a performing asset and put it into something that's not performing. It doesn't make sense. So that's where your time should be invested. It's not your money invested, it's your time. So I'm going to end this before I go too long again and get all pissed off and have to do a third video. So thanks for listening or watching. And check out my video, Silver is Worth More Than Gold. I like it. It's pretty good, I think. Check it out. And I'm going to stop.